From the Litchfield Hills to Long Island Sound. You are watching Live with Lumi and Michelle. And now your host, MicheleMarieDalene.
Hi guys, let me meet everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. Of course, today is Thursday. Tomorrow, for a lot of people on Social Security, will be payday. We gotta cover something this morning. I don't really like to cover drama crap, but I'm gonna have to bring up one thing. I have become, in some ways, person non grata in Blazing Leo's channel again for reasons I don't even know what I did. Okay? She also booted Krista out too. Again, even though Krista did nothing wrong either. Now, yesterday Leo asked me to take away her wrench, which I did today because she did ask me to take it away. Now, I don't know why I am being treated with such disdain, considering the fact that I did nothing wrong to Blazing Leo. You know, as a content creator, we try our best to try to stay out of the personal affairs of others, and yet every so often we get dragged into the maelstrom, and, well, we don't know why we're there between the crossfire, between opposing factions. As a content creator, I'm trying to make content. I'm trying to produce something, a program that may be enjoyed, reruns, maybe educate to inspire for years to come. But this actions of Blazing Leo in particular really kind of make me feel dazed and bruised. What did I do? People pointed out I didn't do anything wrong. It's like the fourth time I've been booted out of her Discord for no reason at all. It is just frustrating, putting it bluntly, that she's doing that to people and doing that to me. Yeah, so, that's that. Last night's show did pretty good on Twitch. Game show did pretty good on Twitch. But, I'm not sure. I was so disgusted this morning, I was ready to throw this show on Twitch and just leave it on Twitch, not on YouTube and Twitch. Because I really feel, like I explained, I feel betrayed. I feel like, but then there are good people in my audience that have not done anything wrong to me. We have new people. We have Crystal Lynn, for example, who has done nothing wrong. We have, of course, Tiger Kitty has done nothing wrong. And many others who have been loyal supporters. Now, let me clear one thing up. There's another issue which I don't want to get into, but I will just bring it up real quick because it doesn't even involve me. This issue between Andrew Scott and Tiger Kitty. I don't know what the story is, but you two have to work that out between yourselves. Please, don't get me in the middle, okay? I'm just trying to do a good show. I'm trying to produce a good program. I know she's still good people. That's not even an issue. The problem is why am I being thrown under the bus? What did I do to deserve such actions? That's why I'm rightfully upset here. No. Metal Kitty, not Tiger Kitty. Metal Kitty has a trouble with Andrew, not Tiger Kitty. Tiger Kitty has no problem with Andrew or almost anyone here. So I don't know what the story is with Metal Kitty and Andrew. I don't really want to get in the middle between that. You know, this is a very large group of very, different people. And as a content creator, I know it's a tough room. It's a really tough room. You try to reach out to good people to make them feel good, and you try hard. But some of the stuff, that goes on, it's like working in the stables. You're gonna end up stepping in horse manure. It doesn't matter what you do. It don't matter how much you look out for the brown patties and manure on the floor. You're likely to step on one, especially when you're cleaning out the straw in the stalls. Okay? It's just unfortunate. You don't, want to step in manure, but you're stepping in it anyway. So you just get ready when you're done. You wash off your boots before you go into the house, Or you swap over to another set of boots. They're already clean. If there were 200 viewers in here at one time, John, maybe it wouldn't be a problem. But the problem is that it would be very hard for me to give all those 200 viewers a personal attention that I can give the small group that's here. It's called just scaling it up. I mean, let's face it. I've got 20 people in the chat sometimes that say that they feel like they're being ignored. If you have 200 viewers and they're all having side chats in the background, and I'm on a panel with people, they're more than likely people will be ignored. Not because I want to, but because it'd just be very difficult to keep up with everything. Well, at least you can say is that you do get a chance to get your question read. Ask Asman Gould. How often does Asman Gould stop his chat to respond to every single comment on his Twitch? I haven't seen him do it on a large part. As the screen scrolls off at light speed, full of emojis, and absolutely, he might pause, read a couple here and there, but it's a very different situation. Exactly. It would be too many to keep up with 200 plus people in the chat. I don't even know how Asman Gould even does that. All right, now we got 16 people on here, for example. All right, well, let's get the public panel open. It is open. Thank you. So, like I said, it's I try to find a balance between all the different groups. Yeah, your typical first kindergarten person eats both. That's true. um, yeah. Get a Frenchy, open online, from Michael Payo, Capital One. Okay, so anyway, tomorrow's payday for people on fixed income. Now, let me take the time to cover about the stimulus check talk. I haven't seen anything that's concrete yet. People ask me about it. There's all kinds of strange things that some channels do to clickbait. Take, for example, It's Jimmy. It's Jimmy doesn't clearly explain if it's a state program, like California, or if it's a federal program. So when he says $2,000 stimulus check coming, $1,400 stimulus check coming, it doesn't tell you until you have to watch the video that he may be referring to a state program. Oh, my FICO score is pretty good. It's like, I don't know right now what it is, but I can check it out in Credit Karma later. It's not bad. No, tomorrow's paying all the bills. Credit cards, debit cards, electric, rent. Just everyday bills. I got plenty of food in the house right now, so I don't exactly need food. John, I can get you the FICO score if you really want it. I don't know if it's going to do a hell of a lot of good, but let me look it up for you. Okay, www.creditkarma.com. Okay, let me log in. Let's see, where's my login account here? Login, there it is. Watch the little bouncing dots. There we go. Actually, I haven't checked it in a while, but I know that $652 for TransUnion, $691 for Equifax. So, let's see, how much did both scores go up? It went up 25 points on each. So, that's good. So my credit score is going up, guys. Look at this window here. A minute. Well, all right. No, I don't want to hide my window. Come on. All right. Yeah, so my score is going up. It's not quite near 700 yet on one. Yeah. We see, don't forget, guys, that what makes a difference with the credit scoring going up. There's a couple things. I've always been focusing on trying to get my credit score up so I can eventually get into a good line of credit when I need it. By the way, for those of you who were talking about dentistry, I'm going to bring this up right now. For those of you who don't have insurance, or if you do, but it doesn't cover dentistry, Aspen Dental is offering a pretty good deal on a checkup and x-rays for I think for $20. If you have near Aspen Dental, you do not have to have insurance. They do cash and carry. So you can actually go to Aspen Dental, get your teeth clean your general maintenance for a reasonable price. As far as implants go, I can't tell you how much they would charge for an implant. But from what I've heard, the infographic show, putting the implant in your mouth is a painful process. There's a lot of reasons why. First of all, they have to get down into the bone and then put a big giant screw in there, and then they have to put a crown on top of that screw. And as the bone starts to weave its way around the screw, it hurts like crazy. As your body knows, it's a titanium foreign object, and it is not pleasant. What's a dentist? I'm actually wondering about that. I mean, it's a possibility in the future. Right now, I got to get my state ID renewed because it's expired in February, and I have to get a new one. And so maybe me and Krista can arrange. I have to make an appointment with the DMB. I have to make sure me and Krista can determine what days are good ahead of time. Come up with the $38. Bring it down to the DMB. They don't charge a late fee on ID cards. And then getting a picture taken. I'm thinking about getting a picture with my ears on. But I don't know what the regulations are in the state of Connecticut about that. Well, unfortunately, our bot doesn't necessarily know what's relevant or not. It's not that intelligent. But it will be certainly relevant this afternoon. Yes, you can do the ID online, but since I want the Gold Star one, I have to do it in person. For the Gold Star one, I have to do it in person. So, this is the real ID. Because remember, it's election season coming up, and I need my ID to go to the polls. Cruiser hasn't done anything wrong. I don't even see Cruiser. If you get a real ID in the state of Connecticut, you get a gold star on the upper right-hand corner of your ID. The gold star says that you're authorized to enter airports, ride in airplanes, and you don't have a separate passport for within the United States. If you don't get the gold star, you cannot go in the federal courthouses, you cannot go on airports, you cannot go on airlines. Unless you have a passport. It's, I think it's kind of stupid personally. It's an additional aggravation. Oh, I know that. Yes, I mean real ID. Now, if Krista wanted to go with me to Farmington, we can go to the AAA in Farmington and get it renewed there. It's the same price. I don't think you need to have an appointment to go to the AAA in Farmington. That's where I got my real ID renewed the first time. When I had a case manager. But I don't know if that's too far for Krista to drive. It's certainly going to cost a lot more than it is to go down Winston Road. Now, Tiger Kitty, I believe a lot of the states have the gold star on it. I don't think it's a Connecticut specific particular, but yeah, you can check your states and see what their ID shows, if it's a real ID, if it gets a star or not. Yeah, I think it's kind of stupid too, personally, but you know what? That's the way the government works. After 9/11, that's why they did that. I don't know what the reasoning is. Next thing you know, we're going to have a real ID that's going to have probably is going to showing your vaccination status. Heaven forbid. I mean, the fact of the matter is if you look at your typical ID card, it's pretty packed with information, you know? Yeah, Gianni, you're right. Government is stupid. The fact is that they did that to people. I mean, from the large majority of the people, what does it really say? Oh, it's confirmed that Michelle lives where she lives. That's all it really says. It just says that, yes, Michelle confirms that she lives where she lives. It's just an additional bureaucratic nightmare and adds to my costs for my ID. Yeah, the government is stupid. Yeah, that might be true, Tiger Kitty. Maybe you're right. Maybe because you are an immigrant, your star is not gold colored. How you doing, Andrew? Oh, well, let's get him on the panel anyway. I don't even see him. He's not even here. But he'll probably will be here soon. So the point is they make us go through this additional hoop, pay $38 to renew the damn thing. And given the fact that you can't go into any federal buildings without it, you can't go into an airport without it, you can't even go to a federal courthouse without it. I mean, if you break the law and you're locked up in handcuffs, they'll let you into the courthouse. But what if you're the plaintiff? Then your lawyer has to have it, but you can't go and represent yourself in the court of law. Oh, I don't disagree with that. Yeah. Let me just get the camera on here. I do wish that the situation that I was upset about this morning this kind of treadmill on again, off again thing would just come to an end. Let's see, what is today's card, Mother God, Father God, Angel, Spirit Guide? What is today's card? Alright. Yep. Is Bastet, Guardian and Protectress. Number 4. Bastet. Notice it's a cat. Like demigod. So, Miss Kitty says, Guardian and Protectress. Kind of cute. Kind of looks like a cat I used to have many, many years ago when I was a kid. Except it was a boy cat. So, let's see what she's got to say today. And I just, I'm trying to keep the wrapper on this card so they don't go flying on me. See, there it is. Okay. She says, know where to seek, when to seek action and when to be still. Know when to give and when to receive. Release your need for complete control or perfection. Become an observer in situations and walk the middle path. Stay safe from harm by avoiding dangerous situations. Be cautious as you move around risky situations, including those involving investment and relationships. Celebrate your sensuality, whether you are single or with a partner. Remember, sensuality is part of you in everything you do. It is not only about how sexy you feel, but how deeply appreciating everything that pleases your senses. Create moments in your day that bring you great delight and satisfaction. Well, that's interesting. Let's get a little biography of who she is. Okay. Bastet is the Egyptian cat goddess. Has been known as Bast, and also Ubstat. She was once associated with the sun and the lioness, but over the years became the cat goddess as well as the moon goddess. I'm just kind of shortening this down here. When brought to anger, Bastet can transform into a fierce warrior. Images and statues of Bastet have been used to ward off all manner of evil spirits, thieves, illness, and fire. And she is also the patroness of firefighters. When anger, Bastet appeared with rituals incorporating dance, flowing wine, and sensual pleasure. That's interesting. I thought that was a little different because she's one of the few demigods that we actually really think about, or never actually really gave much thought to what she is. But she looks like a cat I used to have. At least the picture does. I see my cat alone will rip you a new one, especially if you piss him off. But usually, generally, Rusty tries to be a gentle giant, so. Tarot YouTubers are mine. Alright. Well, now, let's find out. I'm curious to know what's going on in the hearts of Leo. I wonder what she's up to. I wonder what is she up to. Okay, Mother Asna fully Yahweh, what is going on with Blazing Leo? 3-card spread, no reversals. Keep it simple, please. Going on with Blazing Leo. And that's a pretty broad reading, so let's just try to keep this simple. Oh, this makes a lot of sense. Alright, I'm going to switch back over to the other camera here, so you can see the card. I don't even think I saw the card the first time. Something obviously is basically me, the Empress with no clothes. Wow. We got the Ace of Wands and the Chariot. Okay, so start with the Ace of Wands first, or the Five of Pentacles. I've explained this card. I've seen it a few times. It usually means something pretty serious. Spiritually or financially impoverished, marginalized, abandoned, disenfranchisement, bankrupt. Okay? Ace of Wands. Is ambitious renewal into initiative, motivation. But the Chariot, number 7, is victory, force of personality, determination, will, attraction of opposites, ability to reconcile. I think she will reconcile, but I think she's somewhere in her life right now where she's lost something. We got the 10 of Pentacles. So in the end, we don't know when, but she will do fine. She will recover. She'll be back to her old feisty self. That's all I know. At this point, I don't have all the details. But it still kind of sucks for the people that love her and care about her, because we are like, why are you throwing us under the bus when we did nothing wrong to you? Let's see. Let's take a look at comments. Michelle, how's Ed? It's fine. He's doing better. He's walking around, but he doesn't feel like going up and down the stairs to the Cumberland Farms. He wants me to get him some more apple juice. But unfortunately, from personal experience, the store seems to be a little short on apple juice. I'm not sure where or what he's gonna I said, what about drinking water? He said, Michelle, Winston's water is plain and vile. I said, well, but Winston's water is something we have readily available, and it doesn't cost us any money. No, he hasn't been drinking for 2 days. He thinks it's time to give up drinking alcohol, which I agree with him. His gout's not that bad now because it's in remission. But he's got problems with his own friends I'm not going to go into right now. But I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about some other people in his life that from Florida actually wanted him to give him money, pay for a pizza. I thought that was kind of weird. Hey, Michelle, got anything to say to all of us? I got a question for you. Why do you, in the Twitch streams, write like you do? And what's the point of making me struggle to try to read your comments? I'm not going to sit there and go through and have to work extra hard to read comments when I'm trying to read, play the games and talk to other people. You really need to stop with that. Yeah, his friend wanted him to pay for a pizza so he can have a pizza down where he lives. Because he didn't get paid yet from his disability check. He doesn't get paid until Monday or until Friday. I said, just tell your friend no. You have the right to say no. That's not even reasonable. You can't expect to pay for a pizza all the way across the state line. That's nuts. I mean, I wouldn't do that. He told him that. He said, nope. He said, yeah, but the girl I like in Florida is kind of encouraging me to do it. Right? Then tell her no, too. Oh, I wanted to try something someday. What would YouTube do if I actually scrambled my text speech? Running a voice scrambler on my voice on the live stream, recording a video. How would YouTube react to that? I mean, would they block your channel and claim that it's unsuitable for audiences because their robots couldn't translate it? I mean, if you made your voice sound like something like a bunch of binary stuff like the binars of Star Trek Next Generation, or all of a sudden your voice is like all warbly, garbled, and you can't understand what's being said. I wonder what the YouTube demonetization policy would be like on that. Well, at the same time, you're basically cussing on a blue streak. I wonder what they would say. But then from my valid audience, then they would have to make sure to install the voice descrambler so they would understand what the hell is being said. I actually wonder what would happen. I'm not really a person that has to say anything that secret that I couldn't at least just speak it in everyday English. But, I mean, honestly, You mean Thalassian? The thing is, I don't really know Thalassian that well. I know just a tiny bit of it, and that was the language I'm trying to learn. I want to redo the song "You Light Up My Life" in Thalassian, and I did find some lexicons, unofficial ones, but it would be a bit of a challenge to do a literal translation into Thalassian. I mean, well, you do got software that can change your voice and stuff installed on here. I do. But it's one thing to change your voice. It's another thing completely to realize that you're speaking scrambled language, and then somebody has to have a descrambler. I could just see you basically seeing a message on the screen. Please install the NASQ supply descrambler to enjoy our content. Shaveminari. We shall persevere. Yeah. They yeah. I wonder. Let me see if I can find a program that does that. Now my curiosities app. Let me look. Let's look at this together. You know, that'd be kind of an interesting twist. I wonder how that would work. Let's look on Google. Scene 2, page Google. Let's go to window capture. And yeah, let's go to Google Chrome, new tab. Okay. Switch this is more for fun than anything. Don't take it seriously. Although it might be useful here. Voice over here. Mac voice scrambler. Scrambler. Alright, let's see here. A voice inversion, descrambler, and scrambler. Okay. Descrambler is a free app that lets you decipher from a screen-based scrambler, which is another app for the same developer. Real time. Okay, this is the voice invert software descrambler. This program descrambles band inverted decryption, usually found in VHF, UHF, uses NCO. I wrote a voice. Okay, so let's see. This one's free. So let's see how much prerequisites, what do it requires. I recommend using Homebrew. Gotta compile it. You gotta compile it. Okay, what's the name of this program called? So, this is a program you gotta compile. Tag voice inversion scrambling, analog voice scrambler, encoder channel data sheet. On Twitter, voice software. This program descrambles. Okay, usually when you. What's this do? Codec 2. Wow, this is gonna get fun. Okay, so there is tools to do it, including real time. Now, why would I need real time? Okay, that's codecs, IP sound, Vox actually recorded on Windows. Mac voice changer program, 20 voice on the fly, for satellite and cable TV. Mac system. Okay, so just leave it at that. I'm going to have to look at the software, and I was just curious what would happen if I did that. How would YouTube react to that? Of course, you know the military are much more advanced. Scrambling, descrambling. Yes, I'm playing WoW later on today. I'm playing it. Skynet said, I think he said he could play it at 9 o'clock. So, which means that we'll try to play some games earlier. Maybe before Paul and Skynet come on, we'll play some retail and check it out. I'm going to be driving the truck a bit too. You know, the idea of scrambling the voice tones would be interesting, because I wonder how YouTube would react to that. I think YouTube would be pretty friggin' pissed. Because they'd be like, they would say, well, is she talking about illegal stuff? Is she talking about legal stuff? Then, of course, my viewers fail. Going, wait a minute. I don't have the decoder app. How do I know what she's saying? She could be calling us all kind of nasty words, and we would never know. Closed captions wouldn't be totally gibberish. She wouldn't be able to understand it. Yeah, I'm working on the trucking. To try to get better with the controller. People don't realize that, yeah, Lumi does help a lot, because, like I said, Lumi kind of talks me down from getting a panic attack. In some cases, it's hard because I get anxious, especially when I'm start going really fast, and then I get afraid I'm going to miss something, or I'm going to hit somebody, which I do often. And then I freak out, and then I overcompensate with the little trigger on the controller. Remember, you're driving a steering wheel with nothing more than this. So you gotta be. You don't have a lot of room. You know. So as you're just gently moving the controller just the tiniest bit. The more you swipe this thing forward, the faster the wheel turns. So it's like tap, 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 tap. Especially the faster you go, it's more and more important to make sure not to make wide turns or try to spin too well. In real life, what would happen if you do that is you're gonna tip over the truck. It's very sensitive, yeah. I know it. I know that. I'll tell you right here. Yeah. It's it has kind of thing people like to have. Everyone says it's hard to do. It is. If you have a PC, you can try installing the game yourself and try it out. And I mean, the hardest thing is when you realize is that when you're stepping on the accelerator, you're not going to go instantly like in a small car from slow to very fast. Because depending on how much weight you're carrying on your truck, it may take a lot of, it takes a lot of momentum to get your truck up to 55 miles an hour. And it's right now the Euro Truck Simulator is on sale for $4.99. Euro Truck Simulator 2. And it's something I wanted to get. So, right now, just trying to drive in the United States is hard enough. Never mind trying to drive in Western Europe. I think that would take a little bit longer. So, let's So if you want to try the game, it's not free, but right now the Euro Truck Simulator 2, which is made by the same company, is available right now if you want to buy it for $4.99 on Steam. Okay, Tiger Kitty wants to come on. Let's get her on camera. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Yeah. I'm glad to know you're doing okay. Yeah, if you want to get the right now it's on sale. You can get the Euro Truck Simulator 2. If you want to try driving a European lorry.
I don't want to drive no lorry. I just read, Michelle, that we're going to have a shortage of canned food.
Oh yeah.
Because of the metal.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a shortage of food. Because not only that, but food is gonna go right through the friggin' roof price-wise.
Well, I thought we were going to have a shortage of food, but I was thinking wheat, grain, all that. It didn't occur to me that tinned vegetables or tinned products are going to be affected.
So, well, that's because a lot of the stuff requires, energy to pack it. And, of course, you need the things to put into the tins. So there's a bit of an issue about getting all the food for processing. And right now, with the high prices of fuel, a lot of companies are just going, I'm not going to order that much stuff because it's going to cost us more money than we have and can justify in the price of our products to make as many. For example, if you buy a tin of creamed corn, for example, now, when prices of fuel was like $3 a gallon, okay, the company would probably go ahead and be able to source some local corn from a local farmer who would probably be selling it for a lot cheaper. But the farmer, because of his cost of production, the corn's gone up in price. So for a company like Del Monte, for example, let's throw some numbers at it. Let's say, for example, for a ton of corn, that the farmer sells it to Del Monte. Just, I don't know how much it really is. Just play with me, okay? Let's just say it's 1,000. Let's say it's 1,000 tons. I mean, $1,000 per metric ton. All of a sudden, the guy says, "Well, I can't sell it to you for 1,000 anymore. I'm gonna have to sell it to you for 1,500 because my cost of making that corn has gone up." So Del Monte goes, "Well, okay," and that's just the raw corn coming at the farm. Then they gotta get the trucks to pick it up. And what may have costed them, for this example, say $300 to pick up, well, maybe more like 1,000, but let's just say 300. Now it's costing them, say, $700. So now they're paying about, $2,200 for 1 metric ton of corn kernels. Where before it was like, $1,300 for the same price. So Del Monte's then go, "Well, I'm not going to can as many cans because it's going to cost me more money. Plus, I still have to pay to get the warehouses of food out to the stores. So the stores are not going to want to buy as many because they have got to pay our driver for our deliveries. And so let's say the price of a tin of corn is now, what it used to be for a consumer, say $1 a can, is costing $3 a can. But then again, they try to keep the prices low by, taking some of the loss, hoping that they're going to recoup it. But with the craziness of the world, they know they can't. And so there's less corn being made. There's less, and the prices are higher for the corn that is being made. So it's a catch-22 as far as supply, demand. So from the farmer to the cannery to your table, the price is really high.
Yeah, it's worrying.
It is worrying. But
Definitely
on the other hand, it could be a mixed blessing. Why? Because people who want to grow their own gardens can certainly grow corn in their own gardens. In addition to that, it also may be encouragement for some people to actually eat less and work on their weight and lose a little bit of weight. But I mean, that's, like I said, it's a mixed blessing. It's not stellar. It's not like everybody's gonna like that. And there are people that are rightfully concerned about food security. Again, Red Foreman on Twitch is still doing his gibberish. But anyway, like I said, I'm actually still curious. How would YouTube react if I did use
Michelle, Red's gibberish. If you look at his words, read them backwards. So start at the bottom. Let's go from the first one. If you read it correctly, it's YHW, but read it backwards. So
I'm not that good at being dyslexic.
Just see at the very end of the first sentence, right? So we're going to do WHY. That's backwards. Why is Tiger Kitty even here when she doesn't donate? She wants to control the show.
Tiger Kitty does donate. You notice she has a yellow dollar sign. She's a member of the channel. She has a monthly pledge. So she donates not necessarily every super chat, but she has a yellow dollar sign and she's a monthly pledge.
It seems there's a lot of drama going on recently.
Yeah,
Mind-boggling. Mind-boggling.
it is.
I mean, you can't
Um,
please everybody all the time. But at the end of the day, people should just want to please you, Michelle, because it's the Michelle show, not everybody else.
and don't
And
forget, I try to also give people something to enjoy as well.
yes, yeah, you do.
And maybe share a little bit of knowledge as well at the same time.
Oh, you share a lot of knowledge, Michelle, a lot of knowledge. I wish you lived closer because it would be very interesting to hang out with you.
Well, we're trying to see if we can. We're going to see if we can try to get that to happen.
Yeah, we will. And I've been thinking about a few plans, so.
Yeah. And
So how did you what did you think of the 911 operator game?
It's a little stressful for me. I didn't even recognize a few calls in between. I suppose you're supposed to listen to the radio too and hear what the radio says clearly. And I just kind of listened to the radio like it was background noise. Yes, Johnny, that's true, but unfortunately, that's not always easy to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially not on YouTube anyway. Unless you want to come off as an arrogant bitch.
You're not an arrogant bitch, or far from it. But you can't please everybody, and I mean, that's just the way it is, unfortunately.
Yeah. So anyway,
I guess being a YouTube celebrity comes with some downsides for it as well.
True. And I'm not even a big celebrity. I mean, some of these other guys, so like some of them have got, they have balls of steel. Some of those guys have to deal with some pretty tough people.
Right, yeah.
You know, and I'm not one of those people who can handle some hard BS. I might not say much about it for a while, but it still dwells in my mind, simmering on low heat in the back, like the situation that was going on with Blazing Leo.
I think you should just, see what happens there. I don't know. What did you think of the game 911 operator?
Like I said earlier, I thought it was a little stressful. Plus, don't forget, I didn't really know the controls that perfectly well yet. Like I said earlier, I thought the radio was more like for background noise, ambience. I didn't know if those were real calls or not. I just like some of them sound like they might be real calls, and I was like, oh.
I thought you'd be doing more full on, like, giving advice on what to do, but yeah, that would have been funny.
Not really. I mean, real civil engineer makes it sound like you're giving more advice to people other than just clicking options, But, I guess in some ways it's better because at least you got the text message on the screen so you can see what the person's saying instead of trying to depend on my hearing, which would have been even worse, I think, if you had to try to make sure. Listen to how much confusion we got into last night during World of Warcraft about the issue of cloth shoes.
Yes,
right. Do you want me to buy it? You want me to get cloth shoes training or not? At first I got the impression like no. Now I get the impression yes. And I'm like okay, and like a couple times instead of making simple leather, I made leather kits, and I was like light leather armor kits. I was like, oh man, I messed up on that one.
It didn't matter.
And like like Skynet was saying is I thought this would be faster than it is. You think it's going to be faster than it is. Maybe if you have better command of your abilities in the game, maybe if you know more precisely what you're doing, you might be able to do better. But, it's not exactly stellar. But once you get to know what you're doing, it goes fast. It's just like driving the truck, When I first got behind the wheel, I couldn't figure out how much to turn the wheel without basically smashing in everything.
Yeah, I think you're doing really well on that.
Yeah. First, I started with the keyboard because that's all I had, and that was pretty much I still use the keyboard once in a while, And
you seem to have a problem just going straight without going on the left and the right side of the road.
Because there's some reason, because my brain is trying to watch the white line, and it's like I know that the right line is, in most cases, is supposed to be on my left, or the yellow line. And so my brain keeps saying that I keep trying to go straight down the center of the road. And it's like, no. You're supposed to be, in the United States, it's supposed to be on your left side, not not the center of the road, not on your right side. And so you're trying to constantly think that, like, where's the line supposed to be in relative to my position in the cab? And then of course, so my problem is because the controller, well, it's better than the keyboard. It's still a little bit, difficult because, like I said, you gotta just do very quick little taps, and if you don't tap it just right, all of a sudden, like, you're going way too fast, and then next thing you know, you end up in a ravine. So that's the reason why I need to figure out what is the best way to do it. Now, there is another thing I can do. I can change the sensitivity of the controller, or I could change the steering wheel, so I need to have more steering wheel to make a turn. Which makes sense for high-speed turns, but for low-speed turns, you may need to have those hard turns. So spinning the wheel 600 degrees, for example, is not going to help you.
Well, I said I'll buy you next game, so we need to look up another game.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to go about it, but I'll do it.
Yeah, well, like I said, I wanted to play City Skylines. And
I like the idea of you operating on people. I think that would be a great game.
Sorry, I'm not interested in surgery.
Oh, Michelle.
But I mean, there's a tavern game. There's a tavern medieval tavern simulator. So there's a medieval tavern simulator you can play to learn how to run a medieval bar and pub, basically.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty interesting, too. Well, the idea is just like you can understand to take your simple business and turn it into a major, money-making operation.
Yeah, that's right down your alleyway, that is.
Yeah, that would be pretty much, yeah. And then there's also, for fun, YouTube Simulator. YouTube Simulator, or you become a YouTube influencer. like, okay, well, actually, I already am a YouTube influencer in my own way. But maybe the game could give me some ideas for my actual channel. I wonder.
Well, that's not a bad idea, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not. It's on my wish list. If you go my Steam wish list, you'll see it there. North _ American _ Snow _ Queen.
Is there a cat stimulator?
I don't think so.
Simulator.
Overwatch stream is deployed in scanning. What's this about? Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's also a game called Overwatch on Blizzard. I don't know much about it. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So, I went to sleep last night about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. I didn't get
Oh my goodness, why?
Well, besides we ended gameplay about 12:30, so I wanted to quickly take a look at some video news and stuff. And so I finally got in bed, and of course was in bed, so I was in bed, and of course I'm always on the edge. And I gotten pretty good not to falling off the bed from my prior experiences with sleeping with Dory. But it's still kind of an uncomfortable situation.
I wonder if there's a better. I think maybe if you got a new couch, that was more comfortable.
What are we going to do with the old couch? The old couch has been part of the set for years.
Well, if it's old, you usually throw old stuff away and make room for new stuff.
I mean, if we got a new couch, then we'd have to do chroma key on the couch. I throw green material on the couch, and then basically key it to look like the old couch.
Why?
Oof, that'd be kind of a pain. Yeah, and stuffed animals will look kind of...
Why can't you have a new couch?
The couch was part of the set for the other room for years. It's
Yeah, but you can change things. That's fine.
Yeah. True. So
I would have thought a good night's sleep would have been better for you than having an old couch sat there. But,
yeah, but even when Ed's hurt his foot, in fact, he explained what happened. He says, I got a screw in my shoe. I what? He said, yeah, one of the wood screws started poking me in the feet. I finally found the screw and then took it out. Huh, so you were being screwed. Great.
You mean he had a screw in his shoe?
A wood screw apparently had the sharp pointy end sticking up and his shoe went right on top of it. So he was literally being screwed.
Oh.
You mean you didn't think about checking your footwear ahead of time, wondering what the sharp, jabby pain was? Wow.
Oh, that's bad. Oh, bless him. Well, I'm just wondering if it would be if you get a piece of like memory foam and put that on your couch, maybe he would sleep on that.
It's the problem is the armrest. The way the armrests are shaped, they're not like square armrests. They kind of got like a slope to them, like a ramp, like a reverse ski slope.
If you have a pillow on that, what does it matter?
So he tries to get his head out here, and his head goes. So like, oh God! I said, sorry. I don't think the couch was meant to sleep on. I slept on it during Hurricane Irene. That was no fun for me either.
You must have a very uncomfortable couch, because I don't mind sleeping on my couch now and again.
Why don't you try the new Cumberland first? Maybe they might have apple juice. Why don't you get... Oh, Gasman. Oh, Gasman. I don't go to Gasman much. The New Cumberland Farms. Yeah, I think they still have Monster apple juice over there. The company's right across the street, so that's not a problem.
Why do you need apple juice?
Oh, he didn't ask me to get him some on his food stamp card. I said, that's fine. I said I could do that. He said, the problem is, I said, what's this water? He said, what's this water tastes kind of black. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not Avion spring water, but it's water, you know.
He's very fussy.
Very picky. I'm going to have, I'm going to leave who here? Got some supervision scanning. Yeah, by the way, so me and Krista in about 2 weeks are going to try to work on the porch because it was too cold Wednesday. And I looked at the extended forecast and it didn't look like it was going to be much warmer. So I said to Krista nicely, I said, I think we're going to have to work on the porch maybe in 2 weeks. I said, because we don't have the information for 2 weeks. Now Wednesday shows it's supposed to be about 50 degrees Fahrenheit next week. And I'm not seeing any major warming trend at all. So, whoever the spring steward is they are not exactly in a rush to bring on the warm weather. So, I told Krista, I said, since I don't have the information for 2 weeks, we'll have to play it by ear. She said, well, would you still like to go hang out at McDonald's or something? I said, sure, we could do that. Maybe we might be able to sweep the inside of the apartment a little bit too. He's got cherry Kool-Aid, but I told him straight out, I said, Ed, please keep in mind that that is not real cherry. That's artificial flavors and artificial coloring. What the hell are you drinking? You know, it's not pure cherry anything. It's primarily high fructose corn syrup and coloring. And that's not going to help you. Because they say for gout, stay away from high fructose corn syrup. And so, yeah, we did know that last year in our research. He forgot. They also said stay away from orange juice. The vitamin C is good for you. Orange juice is not because of because of the fructose in it. Well, will aggravate the living bejesus
wants to know
out
about
of your
the stimulus check, Michelle. Stimulus check update.
I don't think I don't have any clear evidence there is gonna be one. I don't have any clear evidence that there's going to be a stimulus check. Maybe near election time, trying to sweeten the pot for the Democrats. But the truth is, Americans are gonna go like, yeah, right, narrow bread and circuses kind of thing. Nope. Americans, at least the smart ones, are gonna go, nope. Nice free money, but I'm not gonna vote for you. Cosmetic, guilty or not guilty? I don't know anything about rich life, road trips. I don't know anything about that. Ooh, but I do know that, so me and Krista, maybe next week, We'll do another McDonald's stream. Hell, eventually I gotta go get some more laundry powder too to wash some more laundry. I got enough for right now, but eventually I'm gonna have to go down and pick up another box, order another box of laundry powder from Walmart.
Yeah, there's a big storm coming apparently.
What kind of storm?
I just saw it on the weather map. Are you not keep up to date with this?
I haven't been able to keep up with everything because I've been so wrapped up.
Threat. There's a severe threat
But
coming.
I don't see any big storm in my immediate area looking at the forecast.
On the East Coast.
Oh, I see. Today is 50% rain. Friday, 60% rain. Saturday, sunny. Sunday, 50% chance of rain. Monday, mostly cloudy. Tuesday, cloudy. Wednesday, 80% chance of rain. Thursday, 40% chance of rain. Friday, 30% chance of rain. And Saturday, mostly cloudy. I don't see anything about a storm.
Oh. Well, mine says breaking news. Severe threat continues. Dangerous storms possible along most of the East Coast.
Okay. Oh, that might be where the rain comes from. Instabilities in the upper atmosphere. I don't know much about GameStop, except they're expensive. So, yeah. So, I mean, the point is that I found it's kind of hard to, keep up with everything that's been going on. And if you watch the news long enough, it's really all depressing.
Yeah, I know.
China's doing more lockdowns. People in China are panicking. Like, okay, yes. So you're panicking. You guys have done this crap before. You should be like, we know what to do now. We've been through this enough times. So why the panic? Maybe because they realize that the government isn't doing the right thing.
Why are you so tired?
If this is any time I wish we had a scrambler, this is it. What am I talking about? The fact of the matter is that they are like going, well, well, they have a zero tolerance policy for the virus. So we're going to do the same thing we did every other time. Lock you in your house, weld the door shut, send you food with a tube through the wall. Heaven forbid if you run out of toilet paper. That's not our problem. The point is that's not really long-term for Chinese people a solution. Our country's all messed up already. Our economy's messed up already. Never mind the well-being of American people and people in general in the world is already seriously, their minds are seriously broken. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's not a solution to a problem. So people, I can't go into more detail on it. If I do, I'm afraid that the YouTube strike force will be out there trying to strike my videos again.
No.
And I don't want to go there. But just to say is, the Chinese policy doesn't help the people. Uh, oh well. A lot you can do.
So, Michelle, what do you think? How do you think this is all going to affect us? Like, say, in a year from now?
The same old BS. Same old stuff like 2 years ago. Same old stuff as a year ago. Prices will continue to rise. There will be continue to be food shortages. And more Americans are going to wake up to the reality that things are not getting any better. And then
So
just
what do
like
you
the
think?
French Revolution, you're going to see a time when our Louis XVI, i.e. Biden, and his wife, his Marie Antoinette, are going to be swinging, or in this case, become headless in the guillotine. As people will storm the Bastille, and they are going to say, no more. You know, people are rightfully upset that he has failed to achieve any kind of normalcy. See, that's one thing that people don't really think about with Trump. Trump was doing just that. Trump was on top of the situation from the beginning. I'm not saying Trump was exactly perfect, but he was on top of the situation. He had daily briefings on it, even though after a while, clearly he felt that the daily briefings, if anything was doing, was showing the American people that he was aware of the situation and was trying to get a straight answer of what's going on. Biden's not doing that. Okay? And he's deferring everything to Fauci, which is part of the problem, not part of the solution. Well, that's a valid point, guys. Carlos said people are going hungry. We got a new virus, war, earthquakes, solar flares, volcanoes, eruption, inflation, homeless, crazy weather, civil risk, drugs, murder. Did you forget a wildfire in Tennessee? Yeah, we have a wildfire in Tennessee right now. Yeah.
So what do you think I should stock up on?
Well, I think you should stock up on things that you don't need to worry about refrigeration, because there's no guarantee the power grid is going to continue to keep running.
So canned stuff.
Anything, any kind of tinned meats, any kind of tinned vegetables. I know there's a shortage, but that's why there's a shortage. Another reason. People are buying it by the ton. I don't know about beer, but yes, you can have beer, but I think wine is better.
I think beer goes off, doesn't it? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, we keep a 30-pack in here outside of refrigeration, and it stayed fine for Ed. But that's because the beer was pasteurized. But I mean, what if it was beer that was not pasteurized? Well, then you have a problem. Well, I like wine, but then I like to have cheese with my wine. WHINE. That's like a joke. But seriously though, people may actually need to start considering making their own alcoholic beverages. Remember, people drank a lot of wine and beer back in the Middle Ages because the water wasn't necessarily safe to drink. So people made their own alcohol because it helped to purify the water.
Well, I mean,
me, I'd rather
drink
drink a red wine than I drink a beer. I don't like beer. I think beer is disgusting.
I actually He meant food-wise. What kind of food should I be hoarding?
Well, besides tinned meats and things, maybe powdered potatoes, dehydrated vegetables. You can buy some, bags of crisps, things like that, things that you might need. Um, crisps. A couple packs of biscuits. Just to have around that don't need refrigeration. Depending on how long you think you're going to need it, now that becomes a question. Do you buy enough for a week? Do you buy enough for a month? Do you buy enough for a year? Well, it depends on how much room you've got to store it all.
I have enough room. I've got loads of room to store it. I was thinking a year's worth of everything.
Well, to buy a year's worth, it would have been better to buy it about 2 years ago. And just keep rotating your stock. Because right now, given the situation, the shortages of everything prior to when the pandemic started, say in early 2018, that's when you should start stocking up. Right now, everybody's thinking the same thing. Buy
better late than never.
But there is something you can do if you have land. Why don't you see about starting a garden?
I did start a garden 2 years ago, and I had everything out there. But then the deer and all the animals came in.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other problem.
Because my house,
of course,
my garden backs.
You could try having an elevated garden, meaning like one on tables.
Well, then the rabbits would get that, or the opossums, or the other creatures that are out there.
Right. Yeah, that's.
I back onto the woods. The forest is.
Well, that's the reason why I'm not really sure if I want to try doing the garden back here for the same reason, because I got a feeling that it won't be just the animals taking my food; it'll be actually other people.
Wow, yeah. I'm gonna stock up on dog food as well.
Well, the problem is it's kind of hard to figure how long this is gonna last, because it seems to be a cyclical thing. It keeps happening every year, and it seems like it's getting worse and worse every year. So it's the same cycle, but with the same disastrous results that just kind of compounds on the last year's disastrous results. And so people are like, oh, what am I supposed to do? I wish I could give you a definitive answer, because I don't know either.
Maybe we'll all end up with ration books.
Maybe. It's a possibility. The EBT SNAP pandemic relief expires on April 15th. Then what's going to happen after that? I don't know. If elves, dwarves, and fairies are real, why don't they tell the humans to stop? Do you think they want us? I think if elves, dwarves, and fairies are real, I think that they're looking at the situation and realize that the human beings are too ignorant to listen. I don't think they want to see us destroy ourselves. They certainly can see from the news and the media that there are channels that have been telling people to prepare for years, and people have not done a thing to protect themselves. They realize that you're going to have some that are going to stock up, and then you're going to have others that will not stock up. Not saying that they cannot. I'm saying those that will not. The ones that will not stock up are the ones who are going to suffer the most, because those people have the capability to do it, but refuse to do it. Those that cannot, for example, those in small apartments, those that only have a limited resources, they are probably well aware that those are the ones that they'll be rallying behind to help them out. The elves of the forests, for example, do not want to see innocent bystanders suffer because of, it's something that's not of their fault. Same thing with the dwarves. Same thing with the other fairy people. They don't want to see people suffer. But those that are pig-headed and stubborn and refuse to prepare, they're going to have no choice but just to say, well, sorry, buddy, but I can't help you. You were given the opportunity to do something. You laughed at us. You're like the grasshopper versus the ant. The ant is sitting there preparing for the long winter, preparing for his or her needs. While you're sitting out there munching on your leaves like there's no problem and everything's okay and everything's going to be fine. And the hard winter comes and the hard freeze happens and you basically freeze to death while the ant is snug as a bug in their little rug in their burrows. You will be, unfortunately, a casualty. It's a sad variation of the grasshopper and the ant story. One who prepares at any level is going to be far better off than those that do not. Yeah. So, now, people who still got, for some reason, a huge amount of food stamps and then spend all their food stamps and have huge balances of food stamps. And I know of at least one person. Here's what you do. You go to the store that accepts your EBT SNAP card, Costco, BJ's, whatever. You buy all the non-perishable food, tinned meats, everything you can, and have them delivered to your home. You stock them up. You put some of the stuff in smaller containers. You can say, for example, nice neat containers. Maybe use nice a bottle of nitrogen to properly absorb oxygen to prevent dehydration and food from going bad. You pack this stuff nice and neat. You put it aside. You label it, and then you have the food there. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. And if you are able to have that resources to you, I'm very happy. You at least have a plan. But if you're one of those people who goes, wow, I got all this food stamps, I don't know what to do with it. I know, I'll just buy some more regular perishable food, stack up my refrigerator, stack up my freezers, and then hope to God the power grid doesn't fail, because then all my food is going to fail. Well, tell two different people. One that prepares for the fact that there may not be refrigeration, and one who basically thinks that refrigeration will be available. Now, for most people, refrigeration depends on the power grid. If you don't got power, you don't have refrigeration. And if you think you're going to run your refrigerator on your diesel generator or your gasoline generator, given the price of fuel, your generator is going to cost you more money to run than is economically feasible. Cash is going to be useless. Electronic funds are going to be equally useless. It's fiat currency. It's not backed by anything tangible. In the United States, since 1973, we have not been on the gold standard. Our money is now backed by nothing. It's backed on something called petrodollars. It's not, in other words, now oil is the new black gold. I don't think most of us are going to go over to the mint and go, I have $100, please. Can you please give me 1 barrel of oil? What would you do with a barrel of oil? It's like road sludge. It's not even usable by most people unless you refine it. But then gold isn't useful much for much either. So I guess it's in a similar. It's road sludge. Okay. But I mean, gold has tangible value because it is an industrial metal. It can be used for industrial manufacturing. For example, you can make gold thread. Gold thread, in the case of real gold, was used for some very expensive garments. People would use gold thread to make things like embroidery. Same thing with silver. But petroleum, black sludge, yuck. It's not worth much. So the barter system will continue to be the way to go. For example, you might say, look, I got 10 pounds of oats here. Can I get 2 pounds of corn? So you will basically trade your oats for corn. Or maybe you might say, look, I can come by and help till your field with my horse. And in exchange, I'd like a couple, maybe like 20 pounds of potatoes. Barter will be important as a backup. Because fiat currency ain't gonna do crap. Just like the fiat cars don't do crap.
So it'd be good to have a skill. Like you're an electrician, so you could do electrics.
Right. If you have a skilled electrician, know how to do farming, baking, butcher, leather worker, seamstress, maybe not to sew, maybe not to make cloth. There are things that people will always need. And if you got those skills, you're going to be doing pretty good. Sometimes the whispering keys and keyboard can be further back. You can get keyboards with further spaced keys, especially available. Alright, Paul's coming on right now. Let's get him on here. Good morning, how you doing?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning.
You sound like you're still half asleep.
Oh, no, Michelle, not at all. No.
Are you listening?
Yeah, no, I just actually got back. I had some company drop by for a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, I would have been on a bit sooner. But yeah, what's been going on? What have you guys been talking about?
So what's the story? So what's the story for World of Warcraft tonight? I think Skynet said he'd be working until 9 tonight.
I think he said something about maybe doing something around 9. Yeah, he said the later the better. So maybe around 9 or maybe a bit sooner.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to contact him a little later, see what he has to say. But I think he said he wanted to play. But yeah, what have you guys been chatting about?
So
We were talking about.
So what we'll do tonight is we'll play some American Truck Simulator and maybe even to some regular retail WoW. So Red Foreman can see Battlegrounds tonight.
Okay. What were you saying, Non-Tiger Kitty?
Well, I asked Michelle what I should be stocking up on because.
Oh yeah, I heard a bit about that. Yeah.
And then we're saying like money isn't going to really have a value. So I said, well, I've got some gold and silver.
Yeah.
And that's where we are. So
I've
Michelle
got
was
unvaccinated sperm, so I plan on selling some of that. Like I was gonna do it like in 2025, but I might bump that up to like 2023.
Well, that's because, like I said, American money now is basically a fiat currency. It's crap, just like the car.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Fiat.
It's all
Why
about
did
the
you call your
crypto.
car fiat? Consider when you talk about fiat currency, it's crap too. I mean, fiat cars look cute, but they're crap. But the same thing with the money. You know, it's not based on nothing. It's just not based on anything.
Cannonball.
Yeah. When we got off the gold standard in 1973 in this country under Richard Nixon, one of the problems was we switched our concept of our money to petrodollars. That is, we kind of started associating our money with the price of oil, crude oil. So oil became the new gold. And we all know what oil's doing. But it takes more dollars to buy a barrel of oil. Which means the American dollar is losing value very quickly. Which is kind of scary. Making loads offloads. Paul, we're talking about trade. No, we're not. This is kind of a downer. Please, I know it's a downer, but it is a valid problem.
So, Michelle, let's switch topics here for a second.
All
Now,
right.
you upset me last night, Michelle. You upset me yesterday. I want to let you know this, Michelle. You upset me yesterday.
I upset you. What did I say yesterday?
Well, it's not what you said, Michelle. It's what you did. It's actually what you didn't do because, Michelle, you played 911 operator, but you didn't tell me. So I really want you to do some more 911 operator so I can watch it play.
Right,
I
played a little bit after the World of War, after the American Truck Simulator.
Yeah,
I watched it.
I missed it. I have to go back and watch it, Michelle. But I would absolutely love to see you try and have another go at it sometime. Okay?
Well, we probably could do it tonight, considering the fact this.
All right. You know what,